Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be transported into a world where boundaries disappeared and the magic of e-commerce knows no limit. I'm Ananthi Sandrakantham, a proud representative from the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living. And today, I invite you on an exciting adventure. Together, we will explore the fascinating realm of a borderless e-commerce society, all from the captivating perspective of policymakers and regulators. Get ready to unlock the secrets of this digital revolution as we embark on a TEDx journey like no other. So, what is borderless e-commerce? It refers to the ability of an e-commerce retailer to sell their products to a worldwide audience. The next question, why e-commerce is such a hype in today's world? It's simply because it's cheap, it's fast, and it's incredibly flexible. 10, 20 years ago, we did not have the technology that is bestowed upon us today. The global economy is going through rapid transformation as we speak. Emerging technologies such as blockchain, AI, are changing the way the world operates. The possibilities are endless. So what are the further possibilities that can show up in 10, 20 years to come? Let's look at the two sides of the coin of this. My own personal perception that may be fictional to some is that e-commerce in future will contain VR and AR, spaces where you can virtually shop for your needs and necessities. A vision where you are walking around, grabbing items, and checking out, but all in your headset. However, a factual perception that is more relevant to my area of expertise might only predict a couple of years from now. So, under MED4IR, we have the National E-Commerce Strategic Roadmap, NESR framework, which aims to enhance and further accelerate Malaysia's e-commerce growth and innovation. The Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living is the custodian for few e-commerce acts. What might spark your interest is that all these acts were enacted way back in 1999, 2006, and 2012, meaning that even the most recent regulations was reviewed over a decade ago. This allows the space for you and future generations to improve on digital technology policies placed on platforms such as e-commerce sites, making the outcome endless. I would go ahead and tell you to educate yourself on all the challenges faced by the e-commerce industry. But I will take that weight off of you and inform you of a summarized list of the challenges that you can expect. So first, logistics and infrastructure. In some part of Malaysia and other developing countries, logistic networks may be less developed, leading to reliability issues in delivery services, longer transit times, and higher shipping costs, especially during peak seasons, during celebrations and all. So next, payment system. The adoption of e-wallet and online transactions are significantly low, especially in rural areas, making it harder for e-commerce market penetration. Next, trust and consumer protections. In some developing countries, especially in the rural areas, consumers may be skeptical about online transactions, especially when it comes to cross-border purchases. Stigma on online transactions is very prevalent. cross-border regulations and compliance. Cross-border e-commerce involves dealing with different legal frameworks. E-commerce platforms need to navigate these complexities, including understanding tax obligations to ensure compliance with local laws and regulations. And finally, cybersecurity and data privacy. Cross-border e-commerce retailers are often not held accountable for various issues specifically towards receiving the goods and services as advertised. Okay, now you are supplied with the necessary equipment and background on all the challenges faced. What do you think some of the possible solutions to mitigate the problem and help us reach the fictional vision we all might imagine for our future? Any takers? So I guess it's a bit technical, so it's okay, just bear with me. All right, as an individual, you can keep yourself informed and updated, not only on the global trends and tendencies, but also on regulations, councils, and implementations set in place in your own country and possibly states and cities. Okay, due to my personal background, I may only speak of steps in Malaysia that are taken as a way forward. First of all, we have been supporting SMEs and digitalizations. This consists of recognizing small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, in driving economic growth. Initiatives focus on providing financial assistance, capacity building programs, and training to empower SMEs to embrace digitalization and e-commerce. Second of all, we have encouraged collaboration and industry stakeholders. The government is fostering closer collaborations with industry stakeholders, including e-commerce platforms, payment providers, logistic companies, and industry associations. The government has conducted numerous engagement sessions, workshops, and seminars with e-commerce industry players. This collaboration can help establish industry standards, address common challenges, and drive innovation in the e-commerce ecosystem. Public-private partnerships are to be forged to create supportive framework and initiatives. Now, I would like to share my own on-site experience relating to e-commerce. Okay, the issue came up when some of the e-wallet service providers, when they tried to penetrate the rural area market, they face resistance as the people do not have any idea about e-wallet or what they stand for. So what was their train of thought? So these people, the e-wallet service providers that went to the rural areas, they went and approached the machi at the morning market and pasar malams, and they said, come, use e-wallet. And they'll be like, there's no physical currency. Who are you? Are you trying to scam me? Because they don't understand, right? So as a result, the government introduced a program under the name READY that stands for Retail Digitalization Initiative. So basically what went down was we, the government teams, followed these service providers on boarding machines to convince the local, the aunties and uncles, machi-machi in the pasar malam, especially in the local areas, to adopt the e-wallet usage. Surprisingly, it did not take much time to convince the locals. It works like magic, and suddenly everyone was on board. Okay, this was one of the steps I took to assist in achieving a technologically enabled government that will provide more efficient, effective, modernized public services that are more data-driven and intelligent to meet the demand and expectations of the society. My story and many others are just a part of few examples of how taking an initiative, no matter how small, can drive out the most exciting results. One that definitely blow your mind beyond imaginations and leave an impact that drives entire populations. So, do not be afraid to grab a friend, note down an idea that you think will derive change. You can start in communities as small as your homes, schools, cities, and even online communities, and make it your responsibilities to be a beacon of change for tomorrow. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me. Thank you.